Okay, yes.
I report for the Sunday papers. Though I wanted to go back to the beginning of your speech. You said that you were happy that governor is happy that he has a progressive like family. I want you to explain that. Is it that it was the governor who called on Kayode to join the APC, or was it the person that convinced him what happened? Secondly, on the issue of security, you were saying that you have political, you have intelligence as regards the attack. What are you saying? What are you trying to say? Was it mean that the military, because it was supposed to have 20 military men here? Was it that the military sabotage? It's a political, you said it's a political sabotage, but what do you think happened that made the possibility not to be there? Thank you very much.
I take all and then answer.
Three and then answer.
Okay.
Good morning, sir. My name is Eugene Aga, a right of the trust. You talked about the gathering of high-profile criminals in custodial centers. Some probably convicted and others probably awaiting trial. But what I know of the truth is that some of them are on death row. And it behoves on the state governor to either attend. Are you in any way saying that if given the chance, your governor will also actually assent to the death of some of these those you described as high-profile criminals who are also on the death row?
Okay. Moses Samoro Giver, UCDSF Nigeria. Just a follow-up to the two questions. Still on the correctional center attack. You also mentioned that Boko Haram, if I get you rightly, supposed to be kept in the 45 place. Are you saying the prison or the correctional center in Kogi State is not fortified enough to have Boko Haram?
Do we take all the questions or just one after this one?
Let's deal with these three, then we'll take another round. Thank you very much, my Oga from Sun newspaper. On the Femi Fani-Kayode stuff, the governor sees in Femi Fani-Kayode a progressive-minded person, someone who speaks truth to powers, someone who believes in a united Nigeria like him, and therefore he sees him as someone they can work together very closely in moving Nigeria forward. You know, we've been having a lot of reports since yesterday, some trying to bring back the past, to say, oh, this is what you have said about the party, about the president in the past. Yes, at every point in time, you have your convictions changing. It's dynamic. What you knew that time could change when you know more now. Now he's seeing the president from a very different perspective, and he now believes in the leadership of the president and the leadership of this country and the leadership of the All Progressives Congress, and that is why he has decided to come and join the Progressive Party that will take Nigeria beyond 2023. So it is the governor played a very big role in that. While we were about to start our membership drive, the governor did everything humanly possible to bring him then, but we knew that there are certain people in the party who are afraid of the fact that someone like Femi Fani-Kayode coming in would affect their interests. So they did everything also to frustrate that move. So the victory we recorded yesterday is largely a GYB victory at the end of the day. So we are going to work together. We know he's going to add value to our party. So we are very happy that he has come to join us. On the Kaba custodial, what was your question on that? The military. Okay, yeah. No, what happened was that, you know, that place, I will use that to answer. Okay, no, let me just take that separately. The military people were there. You understand? The military people were there. We cannot accuse them of any laxity. They responded to that situation, and that was why they even lost the personnel. So they were there, and it was their swift intervention that really helped in putting that under control, and that was why we had that number of casualty. Then on the people on death row, what I would say here is that anything that is official that the governor should do, he will do it. He will not shy away from doing his job. And as I'm talking to you here, I cannot confirm whether there is any of such on his table. Most of the people there are still on trial. They have not been convicted yet. But you are keeping them in such a place that's not having that kind of a very fortified security network to ensure that they'll be able to deal with high-wired attack such as the one we experienced last week. So that's our concern on that one. Nan, I was talking about whether the place was not will not be able to hold that. No, what we need is to ensure that we have more military and other security personnel there to be able to deal with any situation. And you know what this has taught us as a nation is that there is need for us to fortify security around our custodial centers. I told the BBC that you know if we had acted on what happened in Imo State, we might not experience what we experienced in Kogi State. I think it's enough lesson for us as a nation to ensure that our custodial centers are well secured. Thank you very much.
Good morning once again. My name is Precious. I work for the Nation newspapers. My first question is, when you were speaking earlier, so you said currently you are dealing with political saboteurs in terms of security. Are you relating this alleged political saboteurs to the Kaba incident and the other occasional cases we have recorded in Kogi in the last few weeks? That's my first question. Then my second question, talking about, you also said that the state government is going to see how it can work with the federal government or assist the federal government, let me put it that way. Are we looking at a situation whereby the state government will go out of its way? We know that the prisons is in the exclusive list. Will the state government go out of its way to ensure that Kaba medium security correctional center is fortified by providing what is necessary so that we don't have, because this is not the first time we're having jailbreak there, so that we don't have this kind of incident anytime soon. Thank you, sir.
Okay, that mine is I want to know how many inmates, because last time I said it was 120 that came back. Any additional inmates? Okay. Okay. Sorry.
Oh, thank you. So mine is, of course, my name is Juliana Francis. You mentioned repeatedly, you kept saying, saboteurs and sponsored attacks, and is it like, are we looking at politics here? Are you, what actually do you have in mind, or who? Because if you were emphasizing it, means you have somebody in mind or on an organization in mind. Can you please elaborate on this sponsored attacks and saboteurs we kept repeating?
Okay, last response, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. Commissioner. I quite applaud your sincerity in speech and the technical aspect of it. You were talking about crime and you said you're very careful not to ascribe particular criminality to a section, a group. We all know that there's a particular tribe that is neck deep in herding. All right? So I want you to, because there's a crime that is peculiar to a section of the society. I don't know what you have in mind when you say you've been so technical, that Kogi says is so technical in not ascribing a particular crime or criminality to a section. I want you to elaborate on that. Thank you.
Let me be a bit unpredictable by starting from the last question. Thank you very much. I think I made myself very clear on this matter. In our villages, are there criminals there? They are. So it means that in every society, you have criminals. There are others that are not criminals, but there are also others that are criminals. So we should not make it look like it is an ethnic group that is criminal. That's what I'm trying to. That's what I tried to explain that time. And you know, as a nation, we need to come together to find a solution to this. And the earlier we believe and bring ourselves to the reality of the fact that criminality is not a tribal thing, then the earlier we would get out of the imbroglio that we have found ourselves at the moment. So that's what I tried to explain. I don't know if it is clearer now. To Madam Juliana, who refused to keep in touch after the Abuja program. Politics is a very funny game, you know. And I kept saying my boss is not a politician. He is not, because he's when these things happen, you know, he finds it difficult to wrap it around his head. Politicians are used to this. Let me cite an example here. We had a bailout fund, 20 billion naira, secured through Sterling Bank. We disbursed and used it for the purpose for which it was released, which is to pay salaries. We understood the fact that there will be a lot of political macabadans, and we decided to say, look, we published in the newspapers, like Madam Juliana now, working with the Ministry of Solid Minerals. This is what we paid January, February, March, April, May, June, like that. The amount, the bank, everything, it was disbursed. Within 3 months, we were done with it in 2017. Now, in 2021, someone who wanted to play bad politics went to EFCC and said, look, that money they collected, they have fixed 19.3 billion in one fixed deposit account in Sterling Bank. In fact, on April 1st, 2021, billions of naira were in that account. EFCC did not do their due diligence, and they went to a court here in Lagos to secure an ex parte order, freezing an empty mirror account. Even if you are taking one account to a court, won't you even find out how much is in that account? This is how politics will make people do what is wrong. Now, we addressed a press conference. We wrote to Sterling Bank, give us our statement of account. We want to make it public. They gave the statement of account to us. April 1st, Babu, nothing. And you said you found billions there. Now, there is no fixed deposit account in Sterling Bank. So what are you freezing? Now, when we made this known, we challenged the FCC to come forward. But instead of them to come forward to speak to the facts, they started intimidating those banks, inviting them, threatening them, and all of that. We came out again to say, no, stop intimidating these people. We've laid the facts before the court of public opinion. So come and lay your own facts here. They refused. So what they said, their chairman, I can't confirm that, is that no, we are frozen the account. We will not talk. We are doing our investigations. Fine. We are waiting. And I know that members of the fourth estate of the realm are also waiting patiently. They must come out to speak to those facts. This is what politics can do. Now, they know that Kogi is one of the most transparent states. We have inbuilt mechanisms, systems put in place to ensure transparency and accountability. They know this. Now, what they now went to EFCC to say, oh, this man that is flaunting transparency, let us embarrass him. Now they have failed. They are chasing us. We are ahead because we are on top of our game. On the issue of security, you could see that everyone in this country knows that Kogi is one of the safest states in Nigeria. It is not that you don't still have flashes of, crime here and there, but we have a system that can deal with that promptly and adequately. So, this is one of the approach. I will not want to give details of the intel here, but we know that there are certain people, certain politicians who are desperately mobilizing criminals to foment trouble in Kogi State, so that they will say, oh, is it not the man that they said is the best in security? Is it the state is now being disturbed by criminals? So what is he going to flaunt again? We are not crying here. We are solidly on top of our security game. So we are expecting them. We will deal with the situation appropriately. So it is not a problem as far as we are concerned. This day was asking about the number of inmates. The last one I had was about 125, but that's the last. I will still find out, and if possible, communicate that to you in due course. Yes, definitely. Our people are still working very hard to ensure that all of them are brought back. We are working with the Nigerian Correctional Service to ensure that we bring all of them back. It is dangerous to have criminals out there on the streets. It is very dangerous. We know that could undermine our security architecture. So we are not joking with that. We ensure that all of them are brought back. That's the margin order given by the governor to security agents. So we will bring them back.
The number you gave are those ones that you captured?
Yes. Yeah. Some of them came back on their own. I think the reason they left was because they were afraid. They were afraid of those people that they might kill them if they refused to leave, because they were saying everybody leave. So, and they were afraid, so they had to leave. But immediately after everything calmed down, some of them came back on their own. So that is the situation at the moment. Then the nation was talking about political sabotage, whether we can link them to what happened at Kaba. Yes, we we have sufficient intelligence that there is a link between the activities of those political saboteurs and what happened at the correctional center in Kaba. He also asked about are we working with security agencies to ensure that we fortify the place. I told you, it is Kogi. It's not just about whether it's a federal agency or not. It is our state. And it is the duty of government to protect everything in that state. And that is what we are working on. The state security advisor, our competent Navy Commander, Jerry Amonda, retired, is doing a lot to try. I think they are fine-tuning the system and the policy that will help us to be able to secure all federal agencies in our states. Now, was asking whether the place. Huh?
How many of the
Yes, I have answered that. Yeah, none was whether the place is fortified enough. I've answered that already. Okay, I think I answered it last time. I think that's all. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah.
When we came to Abuja, off record. Captain's off record. I will ask you.
Is that why it's going to? Yeah, that's right.
But this one is not aside. Sorry.
Okay.
I just want to find out, is it possible, or how possible it is for the Kogi State government to actually ask the authorities in charge of the custodial center to publish names of those who are also on the run? At least that will also enable members of the public to also identify them and give information. Are you looking at that?
Yes, I wanted to add to what he's saying. I wanted to ask that. Is it possible, did they have passport photographs in the correctional centers that could be used to declare them wanted? A picture attached to the names.
Okay. Also, just to pick one. Sometime last week, there was this intel that the Kabal jailbreak was as a result of a top Boko Haram commander that was arrested and kept there. His colleagues came to free him. So I don't know if you have this information on how to, whether you can confirm or disprove it or something.
And one last one from me. Like Precious said, this prison is not the first. Are you looking at, or is Jerry looking at the fact that it's possible there could be an insider? I mean, it keeps recurring. There could be an insider. Have you taken a head count of the people working there? People have been transferred. People that are always there.
Background checks.
Like background profiling, you know.
Yeah.
I mentioned Jerry because I know that might not be your fit.
Okay, thank you very much. I just said it. He's one of the best. He's one of the best around, and when working with him in Kogi State has really improved the security of that state. So I think they are working on a good number of possibilities, opportunities, strategies to be able to secure those correctional centers. And I said it that this is not even the first time Kotonkarufi prisons was attacked some time ago too. So I think it behoves on the authority, the federal authorities, to work with states where they have correctional centers to ensure that they are able to secure those correctional centers. Then the intel that I said it when I was speaking the first time, that we have intelligence that some high-profile criminals, just that will not mention names, but when you keep such people somewhere, you should know ordinarily that you should fortify security around the place, because they want to do everything possible to get them out, and that was what we experienced last week. Somebody has something?
Yeah, I added the fact that you could those inmates.
Okay, whether we I think even beyond that, they even have fingerprints they have fingerprints, they have all the details that will be used to declare them wanted. I think they are still working on getting them, getting them back. If that is not done in the next few days, definitely they will have to declare them wanted by publishing their pictures in the national dailies. That is a possibility.
Thank you so much for your time this morning. It's really afternoon. So, gentlemen, after I present, I think that's the last thing we have to do. Thank you, sir.